Alright, we will talk about contract, okay, for today. Eventually, contract is big cost. Okay? If people went to law school, contract is always, doesn't matter which law school you go to, always the first class and cover 2 semesters. And each semester is either 3 or 4 units. It's very intensive. And not only that, by the end of the whole year, 20% of the students may be gone. They just quit. They just quit. They say no more. I cannot stand for it. I just quit. Right? So eventually, if you try to get a search online, there is one very famous movie. It's a 1973 movie. It's called Paper Chase. You have time. It's a very good movie. You can, spend your time over the weekend. And that movie eventually inspired me to become a lawyer. When I watched that movie, I was in high school. The second year in high school. Wow, it's so challenging, and yeah, this is a very good movie, and even though it's very classic, 1973. Highly recommend if you, for any weekend, you have nothing to do, you want to buy something. I doubt it, right? But anyway, for any particular weekend, you want to see some movie, and I think this is either on the Netflix or even for free on YouTube. Okay? Very famous. Okay, that movie only talk about one course in law school, the first year. So it's very intensive and very challenging, and of course very important, because this is the one subject people need to take the bar exam, required course. But we only have 2 hours to cover that. So I can only give you one brief idea. Alright. In our book, hopefully you got the book already. Anyone has not signed yet? No, you only need to sign one time. You only need to sign one time. So, no, not today. If you sign last week already, you don't have to. But just only one. You only need to sign one time.
Can I check?
Yeah, number 10.
Oh yeah,
You have it.
Yes.
I want to change my email address.
No, change that.
Email address.
Go ahead.
Gmail.
So I can only give you one brief, okay, very basic, okay, and also as long as you are doing your own business or even you work for a company, once in a while, or even frequently, you have such opportunity to enter into a certain agreement. For example, you come in, register as a student here, maybe you sign off certain agreement already. So in any event, contract becomes very basic, almost daily activities in our life. So in order to cover this huge topic, okay, in our book, there's no way for us to cover it. It's more than 200 pages, okay. In our book, okay, it covers from, in the part 2, and it covers from chapter 12 all the way. That's from page 263. Hopefully you got your book already, okay? Hope so. To chapter 20, ending on page 429, as I say, almost like 200 pages. We cannot cover everything. However, we subdivide this huge topic to 3 areas. And hopefully, my goal for you is, after today, after this class, and 3 major things you can take home with you. 3 major things. Again, you are pretty much welcome. Have your questions. I prefer this class more like a seminar. We have the interaction. If you don't answer it, or if you don't ask me something, I know something wrong. Okay? So don't made me feel that. So anything you have any questions within this topic, you just raise your hand, we can talk about it. So we're gonna cover formation. Formation. How does the country form? So the first one, formation. Number two, if the country form, if there is valid contract between the parties, how will you discharge your liability? You maybe performance, you have performance, right? Maybe you can legally get out of the country. Maybe, we don't know. So the second one is, how does the party discharge the liability without any penalty? The last one is, if someone breached, violate the term, what kind of damage, what kind of penalty, or we say what kind of remedies could be. Alright. So we're gonna follow this sequence. Okay. The first one is formation. Okay. So let me erase this. When we talk about formation, we must understand there are four categories. The contract on its face, could be valid. We'll talk about what is a valid contract. Okay. Could be void. The other side, right? Void. I mean, even though you see here is the contract, but it's no any legal effect. I mean nothing. In between, we have another two. Okay, it's called voidable. All right. And the third one is unenforceable. By the way, if you have any typo, you remind me. So, for this first section, okay, we're going to talk about what kind of contract could be valid. Valid usually means enforceable. Okay, if anyone breach that, we go to the third topic: remedies or penalties or damages. Right. So, valid and void could be same coin, but different side. And we're going to talk about what is voidable and what is unenforceable. Alright, got it? Then we talk about what is valid. In order to become valid, there are four elements. Must be satisfied. The first one, number two, number three, number four, some people say this number 5 in written requirement, but I will not include it. So, in order to have one country to become valid, effective, or enforceable, there are four elements must be satisfied. Okay. Number one, parties, capacity. If the parties are natural persons, usually we mean must be minimum at least 18 years old. Usually. But maybe there's different law, special law to require it. For example, gambling. I believe for people go to Las Vegas, 21, right? Am I right? 21. And also drinking. You wouldn't go to the bar. go to bar is another country, right? So special country may be subject to the special law. Okay. So minimum 18. So this is why for marriage usually it's 18 years old, right? So, however, there are two exceptions to this principle. Okay. Number one, how about underage? If some people for the actual age under 18, according to the common law, okay, according to the common law,